The Change Quest Model, the science-based approach for leading change. I'm Dr. Britt Andreatta, and this training is the result of my research on the brain science of change, which I detail in my book, Wired to Resist. There are 4 brain structures that play a key role in why we're wired to resist change. They're the amygdala, the basal ganglia, the entorhinal cortex, and the habenula. Together, they drive fear, failure, and fatigue. And I unlocked the puzzle of why 50 to 70% of all change initiatives fail. I use this information to create a new model for understanding change and driving success. The Change Quest model incorporates both the structural aspects of change as well as our emotional and physiological response to change. Our resistance makes going through a change initiative feel like a journey. Sometimes it's an easy change and will feel like a walk in the park. Others require more preparation and stamina. And others take extreme focus and endurance. Let me show you how it works. Time runs along the horizontal axis, and the vertical axis is the amount of disruption and resistance the change is likely to cause. Current state represents your starting point, and you can dial along the axes to represent the time and amount of disruption for any change. The end of the change will represent the new normal state after the change is complete. When a change causes very little disruption and takes hardly any time, it's like a pebble on the path, almost a non-event, unnoticed by most people. At the other end of the spectrum are changes that take a long time and cause a high amount of disruption and resistance. These are called long and intense climbs. If a highly disruptive change occurs over a short period of time, it's called a quick hike up a steep hill. And finally, you can have a change that has low disruption and resistance, but it occurs over a long period of time. This is called a long, steady trek. One of the benefits of the Change Quest model is that you can map multiple journeys. Once you know what kind of change journeys you're asking people to move through, you can map them across the year and start to look for potential hotspots. I like to add rhythm of the business information as well, because you can start to see where a change might bump up against or influence some aspect of the business that you did not anticipate. Once you identify the different kinds of change journeys you're launching in your organization, you can next look at your people. No matter where you are or what change initiative you're launching, your success depends on your ability to get your people through the journey successfully. Brain science tells us that our motivation for change is largely shaped by choice and desire. Did we choose the change, and did we want the change? This creates 4 different levels of motivation. This information is really helpful because now we can take our map of the change journeys that are unfolding and we can assess the employees or the travelers and start to identify what kind of attitude or motivation are they going to have about each of these changes. More importantly, you can now gauge the kind of leadership skills your managers will need to have in order to help things unfold successfully. Are you prepared to lead your people through an upcoming change journey? Get the tools and training you need to succeed. Training solutions are now available with materials for managers, employees, and senior leaders. Using best practices in learning design, these solutions drive real and sustainable shifts in behavior, which will help you for the many change journeys yet to come.